Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make another brick house with a slight twist this time. Spoiler alert, it's quartz. The twist is quartz. By the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, brick or otherwise, feel free to check out the card system and the links below down in the description for my other various tutorial playlists. There are a lot of them, guys, and I'll also include some specific videos that I think that you guys might like as well. But moving on, if you want to make the house, here's what you're going to need. You will need some block of quartz, and some bricks, grab some stone bricks, and grab some quartz slabs. You'll also need some stone brick stairs, some quartz stairs. You'll probably also need some stone brick stairs as well, maybe even some regular brick stairs, and you'll also want to grab yourself some white stained glass paint. And once you have each one of those materials right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here, you're going to want to kick off your house with a row of 6 stone bricks coming directly up from the ground. That's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you have your row of 6, you then want to take this 6th block, this top block, and go right of it by 15. That's 1, 5, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then connect that 15th block down to the ground like so to give you this shape, an archway shape, usually how these houses start off. Now, once you have your archway, you then want to take each one of the top 2 corners of your archway shape and extend them, coming towards you, each by 14. That's 1, 4, 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And the other one as well. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then connect each one of those 14 blocks together and also connect them down to the ground as you might imagine you want to, and we will then have the foundation of this house. So you want to have something which should look a little bit like this. Now, once you've got that taken care of, guys, I should probably explain to you guys where the entrance of this thing's going to be, eh? I just realized I haven't done that yet, although it might be a little obvious to you guys. So, the entrance to this house, I mean, you can have it on the front or the back as the house currently sits, that's kind of up to you, but the entrance to the house is actually going to go roughly there, either on the front or the back. The reason that I say roughly here is because there's going to be some steps that go up it, so it's actually going to look a little bit like this once we've finished, guys, and I'm gonna do this a little bit since I've started this. I may as well finish it. I'm glad that I grabbed the brick stairs. So the entrance to the house is actually going to be roughly here, and it's going to look like that, except there's going to be some block of quartz at the top as well. So I guess that I've already figured out where the entrance to my house is going to be. So like I said, either on the front or the opposite side over there on the back. Either will work right now. But once you've got all of that taken care of, guys, this is what you want to do next. So what we now want to do is take each one of the 4 corners of the house and raise up each one of the 4 corners on top of the corners, each by 6 with our stone bricks. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the other 3 as well. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one now, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then connect each one of those 6 blocks together. Just go all the way around. And once we've done this once, by the way, guys, we're actually going to be doing this again if you want to move on to that straight away. But once you've done this, which you guys can see, it's taken a while. This house is actually relatively big in terms of my houses. So once you've got that taken care of, guys, you've raised up each one of the corners by 6, connected them all together. Not only do you want to do that once, you want to do it again. And this will be the last time, guys. So on top of each one of the corners, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we just want to connect each one of those 6 blocks together. And that will be the final floor of the house. What we're then going to do once we've connected each one of those 6 blocks together, this will actually be floor number 3. I forget how big this thing actually is. It's actually relatively large. So once you've got that floor done, guys, once you have 3 of these things, what you then want to do is the roof. So the roof's actually quite simple. Come to the top left-hand side of the house. Look for the first block coming in from the back corner, which is this one. Place a stone brick on top of it. Then from that stone brick, do 6 upright diagonals. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then do bottom right diagonals from that 6 foot up right diagonal and connect all the way back down to the top of the house. And what you'll have done there, guys, is just put in the outline for the roof. That's how the roof's going to look a little later on. And of course, once we've done this on one side, we want to do the exact same thing on the other side. We don't want a weird looking house, do we? So we're on the opposite side. First block coming in, bam. 6 upright diagonals. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then bottom right diagonals until we hit the opposite side of the top of the house. And you guys know what this will look like because we've already done it once. We just have two big giant pyramids on the top of our house, and it will look a little bit like this. And from the front, I've never expressed this, they kind of look like ears. I kind of like the fact that my house has ears. Now, that is the main part of the house actually done foundation-wise, but we do have a little bit more to this house than we do with most of the houses. So what do we want to do next, guys? Once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. So, come to the left-hand side of your house first of all. Starting from one block inwards in this row, so you guys can see the row. It's kind of you can see the row. It's difficult to explain which row this is, but I'm sure that you guys can see it. Well, one block inwards from this row, starting on both the back and the front of this row, you want to come out from this block by 4 with your stone bricks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the equivalent block on the front. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. You then want to connect each one of those fourth blocks together, guys. And not only do you want to connect each one of those fourth blocks together, you also want to connect each one of the fourth blocks down to the ground, like this. And you guys can see I'm just connecting them down to the ground like so. Now, you can see that we started that in line with that top row, like for that second floor of the house, like the top row of the second floor, we did that there. But we also want to kind of have like the same pattern coming through this, like the lower part, like in line with the top of the first floor of the house. We kind of want that horizontal row of stone bricks that kind of goes all the way through this. So through this little extension, we kind of just want to extend out like this. If you guys can see what I mean, we're kind of just in the same line as the actual main part of the house. We're adding that to the little extension as well. Now, once you've done that, we do have another extension to add. So from the extension that we have, halfway round that extension where we have just placed this horizontal row of stone bricks, starting from the first block inwards on the back and the front, we want to extend each one of these blocks out by 4 with the stone bricks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other side as well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then connect each one of those fourth blocks together and also connect each one of those fourth blocks down to the ground. So we're essentially doing what we've already done once, except it's just on a slightly smaller scale. And this will just extend the house out a little bit and give it a little bit of a better shape. And that's what we're after, guys. Now, not only do we want to do this on the left-hand side of the house, we also want to do the exact same thing on the right-hand side of the house. So shall we do it? Shall we get to it? We may as well, eh? So let's come to the right-hand side of the house now and let's do the exact same thing. So first of all, we're going to start very near the top of the house, at the top of the second floor, and take the first blocks coming in from the front and the back and extend them out each by 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, of course, connect them together and also connect them down to the ground. So that's together, and we're now connecting them down to the ground like that. So we've just got the back part to do now, and what we'll then be doing after we've connected them down to the ground, we just want to have this. And then, of course, we then want to add the horizontal row of stone bricks that kind of like cuts through the center of what we've just made. I found this very difficult to put into words, by the way, guys. I'm not sure if you can tell, but we then want to add that horizontal row of stone bricks. And what we then want to do is then just add further a mini extension. So from the inside blocks of this little horizontal row that we've done, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Then connect each one of those fourth blocks together, obviously, and also connect them down to the ground like I'm doing right now, and we'll end up with the exact same thing that we have on the opposite side, unless we've went wrong, of course, but I don't think we have. So we want to end up with a shape that should look exactly like this. Not too difficult, is it, guys? No, I hope not. So once you've reached this point right here, this is what we're going to do next. So the next order of business is actually going to be filling in each one of the individual walls of the house. It's not going to be so bad, actually. It's not going to be incredibly bad. But that's what we're going to do next. Then we'll do the roof, then we'll do the other little bits, then we'll be done. So once you've reached this point right here, guys, this is what you want to do next. So we're first of all going to start with the entire front of the house. What you want to do is you first of all want to start by doing a layer of quartz stairs right at the very bottom of the front of your house, left and right of the entrance. And then above that layer of quartz stairs, you want to add an upside down layer of quartz stairs. And this is easier to show you rather than just say it, but that is what you want to have, guys. You want to do a layer of quartz stairs at the very bottom, and then just above it, an upside down layer of quartz stairs, like that. Pretty easy, right? Then there is a pattern which kind of like follows the entire front of this house and the back of the house. So the pattern that we want to have on the very outer edges, we want to have a vertical layer of stone brick, or a vertical layer of regular bricks, I should say, on the outer edges. Then coming in vertically, we then want to do a layer of stone bricks. Got that one right that time. We then want to do a vertical layer of stone bricks on the left and right hand sides. And then coming in one block further, we then want to do a layer of glass on the left and right hand sides. As you guys can see, I'm adding now. So we're just adding vertically bricks, stone bricks, then glass. We're then going to be adding a layer of stone bricks. As you guys can see, takes longer than it actually takes me to say it. Then another layer of stone bricks. And then we will be adding a layer coming one block further, and again a layer of bricks coming up in the front of the house like this. And then that will just leave us these two middle sections. So we want to have something which should look a little bit like this, guys. So you can see on the left and right, it's very, very simple. Bricks, stone bricks, glass, stone bricks, bricks. Easy enough, right? Perfect. What you then want to do is add two entrances on the front of the house. So the way to do this, we just want to emulate what we have down below. So where that second floor starts, we just want to have an additional quartz archway like that. Above that archway, we want a horizontal row of stone bricks. And then above that row of stone bricks, a horizontal row of glass pane, like so. Then above that, we're going to want to, in this empty spot, do another archway. Then above the archway, we want to do a horizontal row of stone bricks. Then we want to do a layer of glass pane, like this. And actually, I designed it to look a little bit like this, to tell you guys the truth. I did design it to this row of stone bricks that we just added. I then knocked out the bricks, and then I elongated that white stained glass pane, and I think it's actually thundering and lightning outside. I think I just heard some thunder. I'm not sure if that just picked up for you guys, but we want to elongate that row of stone bricks and that layer of glass, knock out the bricks that exist, and replace it with glass pane, and it'll look a little bit like this, which does look slightly better. So that's what you want to have for the front of the house so far. Once you've done that, we now want to do the little extensions. So the little extensions are easy. All we have to do for these, it's basically just bricks on the left and right hand sides of the extensions, and then it's just glass pane in the center. That's all. It's bricks on left and right, glass pane in the center. That's all you have to do. Not only do you do that for the inside kind of like part of the extension, but you also want to do the exact same thing for the outer part of the extension. And I do wonder whether it's raining or not. I kind of want to... My curtains are closed because I'm a vampire and I want to see what's happening outside. But you can see that that's what you want to do for the little mini extensions. And of course, like I said, that's on the front, that's on the back. But once you've done it to the left and right hand side, once you've done it to the left hand side, I should say, you want to do it to the right hand side. I am very curious about this storm. This possible storm. I kind of want to go and check it. I'm not going to check it out, because then I'd have to edit the video. And we both know that I don't want to do that. I think that I'd rather have the video unedited, rather than actually leave my room, or even go to the window, as a matter of fact, and see what's happening. So I'm not going to do any of that. So, what you want to have so far, guys, should look a little bit like this. And you know what, I was actually going to leave this until later, but whilst we're here, why don't we actually do it? So, on the front of the house, you may notice we've got 3 entrances. Well, those 2 above ones, they're not just for ninjas and people that fly, those are balconies. The way that we do this, underneath each one of those 2 entrances, we want to do a row of 6 stone bricks, like that, underneath the entrance. We then want to do a layer of quartz stairs going all the way around those stone bricks, like this. And then what we want to do is we want to add a layer of white stained glass pane that goes all the way around the edge of those quartz stairs, like so. That's the middle one. Let's do the one above it. So what do? We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then do the layer of quartz stairs going all the way around those 6 stone bricks. And then we just do the layer of glass pane that goes all the way around the top to give us this. Oh, and the rain has begun, I can now hear it, but that's what you want to have, guys. Easy enough, right? Good, perfect. So once you've done that to the front of the house, you actually want to do a nigh-on identical thing to the back of the house. So once you've got that taken care of, come all the way around to the back of the house. And the only bit of this that I'm going to describe to you is this bottom center section, because this is the only bit that's different. First of all, we want to begin with our layer of upside down quartz stairs. We then, of course, or a layer of quartz stairs, I should say, not upside down. We do a layer of regular quartz stairs, and then above it, we do a layer of upside down quartz stairs. Got ahead of myself a little bit. So we want to have this, exactly like we have on the front, except it's longer because we don't have an entrance here. What we then want to do, guys, is we want to do that pattern that we did on the front of the house. So the pattern is, if you guys can remember, starting on both the left and right hand side, coming in towards the center, we want to do a layer of bricks, stone bricks, glass, stone bricks, then more lightning. Anyway, we then want to do the little bits, the little more specific bits, to the center part of the house. This doesn't apply so much to this because we don't have an entrance back here yet, but we're also going to have balconies on the back as well, so it still makes sense to kind of like start off with this pattern. We're just adding this in now. Remember, that's bricks, stone bricks, glass, stone bricks, bricks. So that's exactly what we're doing. That's all I'm doing, guys. I'm not doing anything else different. So there we go. And as a matter of fact, we're not even going to add the bricks just yet. So we want to have something which should look like this, guys. You guys should be familiar with this. Let's start with this bottom rectangular shape that we have right here. So first of all, we're just going to do a rectangular bricks. That's all we're going to do. We're going to make a rectangle out of bricks. So just place that in the very center there, and then do white stained glass pane right in the very center of your regular bricks. Perfect. That's all you want to have. Now, above that section, we want to do 2 entrances. That'll be 1, and then 2 just above it, like so. Then we can do to this center one, this first one that we just made. We want to add a horizontal row of stone bricks on top of it. We then want to do a layer of bricks left and right of that entrance. And then we just want to do white stained glass pane all the way just above that. And of course, not only do we want to do that to that one, but we want to do the exact same thing to this one. So just above it, a layer of stone bricks. And then inside of those, you just want to do a layer of white stained glass pane. And what you'll have for the very back center of your house, guys, should look a little bit like this. Now, we're going to do the little additions on the left and right hand side of the house, and then we're going to add in the balconies. So why don't we just add those additions? The rain is getting heavier for those of you that may or may not be interested. And this is actually very recent. This is being recorded the day before that you guys actually see this. This will be on the Tuesday, and it will getting much worse. This is on the Tuesday, and it will be getting posted on the Wednesday. So this happened just yesterday, guys. It's actually sounding absolutely awful out there. I would not like to be outside at this moment in time. The rain is pelting against the window. You can hear it running down the street. It almost sounds like a river. Wow, the wind is whistling. I can hear it shaking trees out there. It's absolutely insane. I would not like to be outside. I actually think one of my cats is outside, which is unfortunate for her because, like I said, this video is not getting cut. So this is what you want to have for the back of the house, guys. As you can see, very similar to the front of the house, except for that bottom middle section. A little bit longer, a little bit different. Now, once you've done that, we then want to add the 2 balconies. You guys know how to add these, don't you? I'm sure you do. So the balconies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll do the above one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then want to do a layer of quartz stairs going all the way around, I said, the balcony, and then around the quartz stairs on top of it, we will then be placing the white stained glass pane. So we're then just doing this, and then the white stained glass pane. I hope I didn't leave my car door window open. I sometimes do that. It was nice earlier, it was really hot. Ha. Still no cuts though. So we're now just adding the white stained glass pane going all the way around the two balconies, and we've almost finished. We have finished, and what you want to end up with, guys, should look a little bit like this. It's nice and easy, isn't it? Nothing too difficult about that. So once you've got the front and the back of the house taken care of, guys, obviously what's next? Side of the house. So come all the way to this side of the house. This is the side that we're starting on. How are we going to do this? Well, the side of the house, starting from the left and right hand side with this bottom section, we're going to build our way up. This is how it wants to work. We want to do a layer of white stained glass paint on the left and right hand side coming in. We then want to do a layer of stone bricks coming in. Then a layer of bricks coming in, and these are all horizontal rows, guys. And what we then want to build is the entrance. So the entrance looks like any other entrance would. It's just like an archway shape made out of white an entrance made out of quartz. I'm still not cutting this. On top of that quartz, you then just want to add a layer of stone bricks, and on top of the layer of stone bricks, white stained glass paint. That's what you want to have. Now, coming one row above, one layer above actually, this is what we want to do for this one. So we actually want to do the exact same pattern, except it's slightly longer, because we have one more space to work with. So now the outer row becomes bricks, followed by white stained glass pane, followed by stone bricks, followed by regular bricks. Then we just have these three spaces to make the entrance, and the entrance is the exact same. It's quartz entrance, stone bricks on top, white stained glass pane on top of that. Perfect. That's the middle section. Let's move up to the top section here. So the top section, again, it's the exact same pattern, except it's slightly longer. So this time, the outer row is going to be white stained glass pane, followed by bricks, followed by white stained glass pane, followed by stone bricks, followed by bricks. And of course, we want to do this on the opposite side. We're going to do this now. So white stained glass pane, then bricks, more white stained glass pane, stone bricks, regular bricks. Then we've just got these three empty spaces in which we will put the quartz entrance, bam, then the stone bricks above it, and then the white stained glass pane just above that. Boom. All we have to do now is the little bit beneath the roof. So starting from the outside, this going underneath each one of these stone bricks, we just want to add a regular bricks underneath each one of those stone bricks, as you guys can see. We then underneath those, underneath those regular bricks, we want to place a white stained glass pane. Then underneath that, we want to do a layer of stone bricks, so that's just stone bricks, and this is a little bit tricky to place just because we've got the stupid glass pane. I really do hate the glass pane. Wish it didn't exist. I at least wish it was easier to place stuff on. Come on, just got one after this, which is easy. So boom, we then have a layer of stone bricks. Then we just want to do a layer of regular bricks underneath that, followed by a layer of quartz, followed by a single white stained glass pane, and it will look exactly like this. And are you guys wondering how the whole side of the house pieces together? Well, it ends up looking exactly like that, guys. As you can see, everything kind of follows on, except it gets bigger and bigger as it goes up to the top. And I do notice that I have a sticky out glass pane right there at the top of the house. But that's what you want for the side of the house, guys. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've got that taken care of, we can then move on to the opposite side. So the opposite side is identical to that side, and it's going to be easier if you just kind of look directly forward at what we did for that side and then just copy it onto here. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be looking at my plans. I'm just going to be looking at that opposite side that we've already taken care of, that we've already worked on, and I'm just going to be applying it to this side. And it does get easier as you go up the rows, guys, or as you go up the actual house, I should say, just because you get closer and closer to that opposite side. But you should be able to see what you did on that side, and I'll give you guys a decent view of it anyway. I think that we've actually got this wrong, haven't we? I think that we've actually got this wrong. Oh god, I'm an idiot. I'll show you how this looks after I've finished it, but I don't want to go through the explanation again, basically, is what I'm telling you guys. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, that was, you know, my reasonings went completely out of the window. You can see it, you've just got to make sure that you get the right ones. You can see those bricks on the outside, well, that's actually the side of the extension. I thought it was actually part of this. So, if you're not stupid, if you're anything unlike me, then you should be able to do it just fine. So, you'll be fine. As long as you're not like me, as long as you have above average intelligence, or even average, you'll be alright. So, this is the first bit. White stained glass pane on top. There we go, perfect. That's what we want to have. And then moving up a row here, we then just want to elongate the whole thing, don't we? So, we do actually have to add bricks this time. And by the way, just to clarify there, I was calling myself stupid. I wasn't calling any of you guys stupid, just in case I have to clarify that. As I always admit, not the brightest bulb in the toolbox. That was a joke, by the brightest bulb in the because that'd make me pretty... Who keeps bulbs in toolbox? Not the smart. I can't even think of another one. That should prove it. Calling myself stupid, not you guys, is basically what I'm just clarifying there. What has went wrong this time? What has went wrong this time? This is unbelievable. What? I don't even see how this could have went wrong. I see what's went wrong. Okay. Further proving my point, guys. Still no cuts, by the way. This will not be cut at all. Further proving my point. I may have recorded too many videos today. That's what might also be another issue. Well, for some reason, I just cannot figure out why I'm getting these errors. I'm just looking at them like, huh? They don't make any sense. Now we have to move up to this bit, and then it's just like loads of glass up here. This is my least favorite layer to do, just because of all of the glass. Oh, and by the way, those of you that may be wondering about this storm, I think that's already subsided, actually. I think that the storm is already finished. I think it was only kind of like a 10-minute sort of deal, and it's already gone. The rain's already stopped, the wind's gone, and I think I can actually see, and I'm surprised about this because I have blackout curtains, which shield me from the sun itself. I think that I can actually see some sun poking through, so we now have a nice little bit of weather right after the storm, and there's nothing more to say. I'm quite happy about that, and hopefully I did leave my car window up. I would prefer that it doesn't get completely ruined. Given the choice, I would prefer that my car isn't just completely soaked, and I hope that it doesn't become a big giant fish bowl. Not that any fish should be able to get in the car. How would the fish get in the car? That's a good question. Is it raining fish? It does in Terraria. It rains fish in Terraria, but it doesn't here, as far as I know. Is there anywhere in the world that it rains fish? Probably not. Flying fish? No, they can't really fly. Can they? No. I can hear the residual rain on the road though. There's people driving down on the street. I can hear it. It's like somebody cutting through a stream. It's quite cool. No. Nowhere do fish fly. I'm sure that they don't. No fish have wings. I'm like 90% sure on this one. But this is the opposite side of the house. It obviously takes a little while to do, even with all of that rambling. So that is what the opposite side of the house wants to look like, guys. Obviously, the exact same as that other side. And for the most part, I did use the other side to complete this. I didn't have to look at it exactly. So once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. So the next order of business for us is going to be the roof. Then we'll do the balconies. Then we might even mess about with the outside of the house, but unlikely. Let's do the roof though. This house only has one roof, very easy to do. It's comprised of quartz stairs and stone brick stairs. The quartz is the first row of the roof. On either side, the quartz is the first row of the roof. Not only is it the first row of the roof, it is also the first row of the roof that overhangs the house. So, the bit of the roof that overhangs the left and right hand side of the house wants to be quartz. Everywhere else, it wants to be stone bricks. Placed that wrong. Perfect. So the roof is going to look a little bit like this. I've only done a very small part of it, but I'm sure that you guys can see how it's going to go from here. Why don't we now do the roof together, guys? So, just to reiterate that, first row of the roof, and the bit of the roof that overhangs the left and right hand side, quartz. Everywhere else, stone bricks. Right at the top of the roof, we're going to place a layer of quartz slabs. We're also going to do upside down quartz stairs underneath each one of those overhanging quartz. That's pretty much it. That's everything that you guys need to know about this roof. And I'm tired of talking about the roof anyway. I'm already tired of I've been talking so long, guys. How long has this been running? I feel as though that this is longer than the average house tutorial because I can feel my throat there getting a little coarse. It is not holding up today, is it? It's really not. Plus, I'm a little extra stupid today, as you guys might have realized. You might have caught on to that. I don't know why it is. Actually, you know what? I do know why it is. So, I'm not sure how many of you guys suffer from this. I find it difficult waking up in the morning. I find it difficult waking up. I have an erratic sleep schedule, as does pretty much every other YouTuber. We wake up when we want, we go to bed when we want. Why do we do this? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's the freedom. I think it gets to our heads. I think that's the problem. I guarantee you, especially with gaming, every gaming YouTuber will just have a weird, completely strange sleep schedule. Sometimes I wake up at like 8 in the morning, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 11, sometimes it's 10 at night. That's how it goes. It's just completely all over the place. I don't know whether it's all of the video games, I don't know whether it's the freedom that YouTube allows you, I don't know why it is. It might be all of the computer involved, but I have an erratic sleep schedule. I had to get up this morning. I had to get up at 8 o'clock. I know, doesn't that sound awful to you guys that probably have to get up much earlier than that for school every morning? Well, to me, this is death. It's awful. I had to set an alarm. Whenever I wake up to an alarm, I really do feel as though I'd rather be dead. Every single time I wake up to an alarm, I feel like I'm dying. I genuinely do. And I beat the alarm 2 times this morning. I set it for 8 o'clock. Woke up to it, decided that's not enough, reset it for 8:30, thought I'd give myself an extra half hour to treat myself for waking up at 8. Half an hour goes by. Alarm again. Oh, let's set it for 9. Give ourselves an extra half hour for being extra good. We managed to wake up to the alarm twice. That deserves 2 treats. So I did. I don't know how you guys do it, is what I'm getting at. I cannot do it. I have been feeling awful all day. I just feel like death. It's the worst. Do you guys have the same thing with the alarm? It's the alarm specifically. It's not the time of day. If I wake up naturally, I feel fine, but with the alarm, I feel awful. I don't know whether you guys have the same sort of problem, but pointing this out, we've done both sides of the roof. I realise I've not even mentioned this. Once you've done both sides of the roof, you then want to do upside down quartz stairs underneath the overhanging quartz. Although I did mention that earlier, I figured that I may as well mention it again now that we're actually doing this. And once we have reached this point, by the way, guys, we then want to, with our quartz slab, just add a layer of quartz slab directly on top of the roof. And that'll just make it look a little bit pointier, and it'll add some more quartz to the roof, and it'll look quite nice. Let me see if I can give you guys a nice angular angle to the roof. So we just want to have something which should look like that, and it looks quite good, doesn't it? The quartz slabs on top definitely do make a difference. Why do we have 2 sets of stone bricks? I don't even know. Doesn't even matter. But that's what you want to have so far, guys. Once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. So, next order of business, guys, is going to be take out your stone bricks and fill in each one of the tops of the balconies in with your stone bricks. I'm going to start on the left-hand side of this thing first, then we'll move over onto the right-hand side. So, once we've filled in the tops of the balconies with stone bricks, what we then want to do is take out our quartz stairs, and we want to go all the way around each one of the little subsets of the balconies with quartz stairs. So we just kind of want to add, I guess it's kind of like a roof to the balconies. It's not really though, because it's only just one row of it. It's just making it look nice. It's just adding a little bit extra quartz on there. And then we want to go all the way around the top of the quartz with our white stained glass paint. Very much how we went around the actual proper balconies, or the front and back balconies on the front and the back of the house, the smaller ones. Very same process on the left and right hand side of the house as well. And you know what? No, we'll wait until later to do the next bit. Actually, I was gonna fast forward, but what we want to have is something that should look like this, which looks very nice, doesn't it, guys? And of course, once you've done this once, you want to do the exact same thing again. So coming to the opposite side of the house now, we just want to do our layers of stone bricks to fill in the tops of the balconies. And then we're going to do the quartz around them, then the glass, then this house will actually be pretty much done. But I think I'm going to run you guys through how to do the interior and exterior of the house. I'm going to run you through it, but I'm not going to like take you through it, if you guys understand. I'm going to kind of give you a small snippet of what you have to do, and then I'm just going to kind of, you know, leave you guys with it. But We're just going all the way around the edges of the balconies now with the quartz stairs, and then we'll be doing glass pane all the way around those. And then, like I said, we'll actually mess about with the inside of the house a little bit, and I do mean just a little bit, because we're not going to be doing it all on recording, because that'd take too long, because there's a lot of digging involved with this house. And we've just placed this wrong. What are we doing? That's just what we do. Okay, so what we want to have, guys, for both sides of the house now should look a little bit like this. That's exactly what you want to have. And perfect. That's the structure of the house completed, by the way, guys. That is the actual structure of the house. And you know what? I don't actually have this on the plan, so we're not going to do what I was going to do next. But once you've reached this point right here, the entire house is pretty much done. All that's left, like I said, is to mess about with the inside of the house and the outside of the house. I'm not going to do it on recording because it'd take a really long time, plus I don't have it on the plans, but I will show you the original version of this house where I do have the floors installed, stairs installed, and the outside of the house done. I don't have an interior, but I can still show you guys the inside of the house, how it looks and all that. So I'll be back in just a moment, guys. Tutorial portion of this is over, however. Alright guys, so this is the original version of the house. Why don't I run you through some of the changes, and we'll start with the interior. So starting with the interior, guys, and it's very, very dark in here. Why don't we place some torches as we go around? Why don't we make this look a little bit nicer? So the interior of the house, I've not actually done the interior. All I've done is I've replaced the floor, and this is the ground floor. This is like in level with the first floor of the house. Ripped that up, replaced it with regular bricks. Reason that I wanted to use bricks is because I wanted to use a lighter material. You could use anything, however, that you wanted to. Like I said, I just wanted to use bricks to keep things kind of like relatively nice and light. So that means that as you come up to walk into the house, you also have to walk down it if you place the floor on the ground level. And I would suggest placing the floor on the ground level because, as you can see, on the left and right of the ground floor, we do have these little exits which lead us onto these little patios that we have on the left and right. That's the first floor. As you can see, quite large, plenty of room to do whatever you want. Moving up to the second... Oh, I should also point out. So this is a staircase that I made kind of in an arbitrary place. It's not arbitrary, actually. Let me explain why. So the staircase is on the left here, or I would place it on the right there, maybe even both. The reason that I decided to place it here is because I found it least obstructive with that entrance, and that entrance. Or exits, I suppose. They're exits for normal people, entrances for ninjas. So the reason that I placed it back here, or I would place it back there, is because, like I said, I didn't want the stairs anywhere near these exits, and it's as simple as that. There's no more reasoning to it than that. I just didn't want it anywhere near these exits. And of course, it's the same rationale for this set of stairs. This set of stairs coming up to the third floor now. The reason that it's here is, and it's hard to avoid in this one, we have 4 exits right here, and it's kind of hard to avoid all of them, basically. It's hard to avoid all of them, so we just had to place it here. I know it's very close to this one, but it's in nobody's way, luckily, and that's why we have the exits there. And that's pretty much the interior of the house, guys. Oh, you could also have another floor up the top here, but I've gotten into the practice of leaving the attics just completely open. I don't want an extra floor in the house just because it'll look a little small. I don't need it looking any smaller than it actually is, so I kind of just want to keep the top floor nice and open, and it just feels much better, doesn't it? You could put anything you want up here now that we have the entire top part open. But that's the interior of the house, guys. Loads and loads of balconies. I didn't show you any of them just because, I mean, you know, what is there to show you other than you can walk out onto like 3 different places on every floor? But they're the balconies. Let me show you the outside of the house. So the outside of the house, this is a little bit more interesting. You can see that we have a path that goes all the way around the outside of the house, and it kind of starts just 1 block down from where the entrance or the stairs hit the floor. It starts 1 block down from there, and it just goes all the way around, and you guys can see how far away from the house it actually stays. And just to point out, by the way, guys, the 2 patios that we have on the left and right hand side of the house, they are 5 blocks away from this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're just in line with the edges of the extension. So if you guys want to add those, and I would suggest that you do, 5 blocks away on the left, and obviously 5 blocks away on the right. And then all you have to do with this path is you just keep in the line of the path until you hit this side, and then you just kind of like stay 2 blocks away from the patios just like that, and then it's just kind of like 2 blocks away from the outer part of the back of the house, and you go all the way around. And you guys can hopefully see how I've made that path. It's basically just a layer of quartz, layer of brick, layer of quartz, and then the path comes out to this way. Two from the actual, like the last layer of quartz comes out. We've got an extra layer of flowers, we've got an extra hedge, and that's pretty much everything, guys. So why don't I just take off the UI, and why don't I take a look at this? I was going to explain the path a little more, but I feel as though it's a little bit redundant. It's easy, isn't it, guys? I'm sure you guys will have no problem with that whatsoever. It's just quartz, brick, quartz, extend it as far as you want. But this is the house, looking pretty nice. I'm glad that I just added all of the torches in there, because it does look a little bit brighter now. It looks a little bit nicer. Hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you managed to make it. I really like this. This is the first like quartz brick house that I've actually made. Like, this is the first hybrid that I've made out of like brick and quartz, and it has actually turned out quite nicely. Hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you've managed to make it. And if you've managed to do both of those things, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favorite, a share, anything you'd feel like doing to help me out, guys. I would just vastly appreciate, as I always do. You guys know I love it when you show me love. Feel free to comment down below what other houses, what other types of builds would you like to see in the future. I'd love to hear your guys' suggestions, as I always do. Feel free to check out the card system and the links below down in the description for my other various playlists and some individual videos that I think that you guys might also enjoy. And I suppose that's probably about it, guys. We've done a full rotation of the house. I hope you like it. I hope you like my creative world as well. It's quite nice, isn't it? Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.